Hi everyone, it's Margaret here with 60 and Me. Thank you so much for being here today. I hope that you're well. Thank you for your support, for your love, and for being part of the 60 and Me community. Now, I want to talk to you today about the transitions that we face as we get older, and three pillars that allow us to check in with our wise woman and to bring that into our purpose and our passion in life. Now, one of our bloggers, Ardith Bowman, wrote this article and it really touched me because I think a lot of women in their 60s and 70s are at these kind of pivotal points of transition. And you're focused, of course, on your health, on your mental acuity, and also on living a happy and long life. And this is kind of the passion as we turn 60 and start to realize that, there's less years ahead than there are behind, and I think that's really, really important. Now, there's three pillars that she talks about are ways to kind of set your wise woman free. And the three pillars that she talks about in terms of appreciating and gaining wisdom as we get older are, first, wisdom with yourself and connection to your own wisdom. The second is your relationship and with life in general. And then the third thing is your relationship with others. And it's funny, this reminds me, when I was in Bali, there's they call them the three concepts or bases of living and of life. And they're actually very similar in that there's a wisdom between you and yourself, a wisdom between you and nature, and a wisdom between you and other people. So I think in a way, these three pillars that Ardith is talking about are in some way kind of related. But the first one is, of course, to find your own wisdom. And I think in yourself. And I think a lot of times as we get older, we start to feel irrelevant. We talk ourselves into that. We talk ourselves into feeling that we are no longer important and that our views and our knowledge does not matter, but it does. And I think connecting with that inner wisdom and with the role that may have slipped away and the new one that's emerging is really, really powerful. So that wisdom that we've gained through life, through living and through loss and through, just through the complexities of the plot of our lives, which never unfolded probably the way that we expected it to. But that's the wisdom inside yourself that you need to connect with. And as she points out in the article, ignore all the stereotypes. They're not relevant. Just ignore all the stereotypes of aging. Listen to your own wisdom. The wisdom that you've gained over your life, over the years and your experience, and just be yourself and like yourself. That's, I think, the most important thing, is to like that person that you've become. The second thing is your relationship with you, not just your wisdom, but with you, the person, loving and having an acceptance of who you have become. Do you take care of yourself? Are you eating well? Are you exercising? Are you keeping mentally, physically, and spiritually, connected? Are there parts of you, that are not, for some reason, being fully accepted and embraced? Are there parts of yourself that are deep, that you perhaps are not holding to the light, that you're not observing and accepting and, just being at peace with? And we talk about regrets a lot, as you get older. And are there any regrets that you're holding on to, things that you really need to let go of? Maybe you're ignoring or hiding things that are important. Negative self-talk is like the thing that we tend to bring into focus during this time of our life. I should have done this. I could have done that. It was my fault. If only I had that kind of I should have, would have, could have conversation that we had with our children. Now we need to have it with ourselves, with you. And let all those things that are just hovering in the background, that are not letting you be free, come out and be accepted. And I think stop being judgmental with yourself, as well as with other people. And instead of being a worrier, be a warrior. Be a warrior in this time of your life. This is the time to dress the way you want, to have the style that you want, to not be, kind of limited or bounded by any other definitions of who you are. Really, really important. Do some positive self-talk. She's got some great quotes here, like, there is no one else like me and I love who I am. What is it? Be yourself. Everyone else is taken. Just be yourself. I'm learning and doing my best every single day. I love that, the focus on learning there. I'm learning and I'm just focusing on the best I can be every single day. Another mantra that you can say is, I'm perfectly, imperfectly me. We're all broken, we're all fragmented, we're all struggling. We've all got a little level of crazy that we're not talking to others about, that maybe is the most important thing that we were talking about. We talk about all the social, connections, all the social things that are meant to be, grounding and acceptable. But let's talk about the crazy things that we hold inside us. So that's the kind of, accepting who you are. And be courageously myself. That's the next thing. Be courageously myself. The final thing is your relationship with other people. And I think this is where we need to reach out and see, like I just mentioned, that everybody is kind of struggling with their humanness, with their the flaws, with the imperfections. And there's a great talk by Alain de Botton. I don't know, he headed up the School of Life, and a great conversation about how, connecting with others and using that as, kind of a pivotal tool for wisdom starts with just being honest with each other. Like, what are your flaws? Rather than saying, what do you do, or what is your business, or whatever, what is your favorite color even? It's like, what is your crazy habit? What do you do that's a little bit odd or quirky? And if you do that, you kind of come to the deeper part of yourself, and you get to the deeper part of other people too. So getting to know each other, getting to have a relationship with other people that's deeper than the surface, that's the third pillar that is going to set your wise woman free. So it's wisdom to yourself, or to your acceptance of your own wisdom, and embracing your own wisdom, your inner self, acceptance of who you are, and acceptance of who others are. That's sort of three pillars to set your wild woman or wise woman free, and your wild woman. Maybe that's true too. Anyway, one of the things that Ardith talks about in this article, I want to leave you with, because I think it's important, and that is some techniques, some things that you can do to set this wise woman into action, into motion, and kind of embrace her as part of your future. First thing is to listen to yourself. Whether you meditate or whether you do any kind of other exercise, to go within, just take 5 minutes of silence and ask your wise woman for guidance. If you're trying to make a decision about something, or you're trying to, just find a path forward, or overcome a sadness, or deal with a loss, just ask your wise woman, and let her be your friend. Let her be your best friend. Welcome her as your best friend. She knows you better than anybody else. So let her in and let her close to you. Let her go deep. The second thing is, welcome her as a future version of yourself, because that wise woman knows you. She knows what is important to you. She knows where you want to go. She knows the life experiences that you want to have. So let her be your best friend, guiding you into the future. If you have a question about the future, ask her. Ask her, what guidance she might give you, and then listen to the answer, because it may not be what you think it is. It may be something completely unexpected. So listen to your wise woman and let her guide you into the future. And I guess the final one that Ardith talks about, and it's a little bit more nebulous and maybe challenging to embrace, and that is treat your wise woman as your spiritual guide. Now, whether you view spirit in the very specific sense, in that you believe in a God who is guiding your life and who is taking, you forward, or whether it's something that there's something more powerful that I'm connected to. There's been enough magic and mystery in my life that I know there's something more. If that's, whatever that is to you, let your wise woman, that inner woman, be your spiritual guide. I just love this article. I really find it so inspiring. So I'd like to ask you, how do you access your inner wisdom, your wise woman? And if you tried this exercise of being quiet and trying like a 5-minute breathing exercise to contact your inner woman, wise woman, what did you discover? What did she tell you? I just think it'd be a great conversation. Let's talk about the wisdom that can sort of ground us as we move forward into this next wonderful phase of our lives. Please feel free to help each other here. There's probably some comments that are going to come up that are going to be a little bit emotional, and maybe something that needs some hugs and support. That's what we're here for. We're here for each other. So please leave your comments below. I'm with you always. I'm by your side. Take really good care of yourselves, and know that you're loved, appreciated, and respected, and just stay well. Take very good care, everybody. Bye-bye for now.